Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. The time is 8:34 a.m. on Wednesday, March the 8th of 2023. The committee is convening at headquarters in Baton Rouge. Members of the panel today are Mr. Alvin Roche, Mr. Pete Freeman, and I'm Pearl Wise, who will be chairing today. Support staff located at DOC headquarters in Baton Rouge are Parole. Okay, we're ready for our first case. So give us your name. Ask to turn the mic on. We can't hear you.
Can you hear it now?
We can. Yes, sir. Give us your name, your DOC number.
Michael Berg, 338433.
All right, Mr. Berg, and you are at Rapides Detention Center. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
With the staff at Rapides Detention Center, please call out your name for the record. The staff there. Can you hear us?
He just stepped out.
Oh.
Did he get it?
Good morning, Rapides. Thank y'all for accommodating us this morning. Will you call out your name for the record, sir?
Lieutenant Jordan, Rapids Parish Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, sir. At some point, we're going to want to speak with the staff to find out how he's been doing in terms of write-ups and just whatever y'all want us to know in making our decision. So we
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate it. All right, thank you. All right. So let me explain the process to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you put that thing down because we all moving. Okay. I'm going to read some information into the record. Afterwards, we're going to conduct the interview with you, starting with Mr. Roche. We have one speaker today, Mr. Randall Myers with the ADA's office. He's going to be speaking. And then after all the testimony has been received, we're going to give you the opportunity to make a statement. Just tell us whatever you want us to know, and then we'll render our decision. So I'm going to begin by reading the information into the record. The records I have show your name is Michael, pronounce your last name for me again? Bird, Michael Bird. 338433 is your DOC number. You are listed as a second offender. Your current offenses are driving while intoxicated, third offense, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, fourth offense, and possession of heroin. Your total DOC sentence is 10 years. You have a parole eligibility date of March 8th of 2023. You have a good time date of March the 7th of 2024. And your full term date is September the 8th of 2030. Does that sound about right, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
All right, good. Answer Mr. Roche's question, please.
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Good morning, Mr. Bird.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Bird, you're currently, 54 years old?
Can you repeat that?
Are you currently 54 years old?
Yes, sir, I am.
And you've been arrested 8 or 9 times for either drugs or DWI. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've been arrested at least 4 or 5 times for DWI.
Yes, sir.
You have a problem. You have a problem. And what is your problem?
Drinking.
And getting behind a what?
And driving.
You injured anybody or you killed anybody?
No, sir, I haven't.
You're very lucky, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am very much.
So tell me what you plan to do about that.
Well, these last 2 years, I reflected a lot on my life. I've been in prayer and everything, and I never want to go back to that life again.
So what have you done about it?
I mean, I'm in prayer groups. I talk with people.
You know, I believe in prayer too, Mr. Bird, but prayer is not gonna do it alone. You need help. What
Yeah.
substance program have you completed?
I have completed the two-year drug program, sobriety court and all like that. I've graduated.
When you were out, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you got arrested again for DWI.
Yes, sir, I did. I was totally sober. I had an incident where my best friend passed away and my grandfather, and I did slip up. But other than that, I was sober for a long time, not nothing. I just lost it a little bit when I lost my grandfather and my best friend. Other than that, I have been on track, going to meetings, everything. I do plan on getting to that point again.
Mr. Bird, you're always gonna have precious. You're always gonna have somebody that died. You're always gonna have some kind of trauma in your life, and you're gonna go back to alcohol. You need some help. And I'm gonna get that help this morning because you have a good time date in less than 12 months from now. In March 7th, 2024, you're gonna be released from incarceration, whether you have help or not. I'm gonna make sure you get that help this morning. And I'm gonna put conditions on you that will help you to keep sobriety if you are willing. You're the only one who can make that decision. I can help you, but it's left up to you. You understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
It's wise.
Thank you. At this time, we'll hear from Mr. Randall Myers.
Good morning, Randy Barr, Assistant DA Jefferson Parish. We're opposed to parole at this time. I agree with Mr. Roche. I think he needs some long-term substance abuse treatment, and I would also ask that upon his release, he be ordered to wear a scram bracelet.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. So Mr. Michael Bird, what do you want to tell us? What do you want us to know before we vote? Yeah, it is statement. I'm sorry, let's hear from the staff. Is the lieutenant still there?
Yes, ma'am.
You tell it, you was gonna let me get by, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Berg's been here about 6 months. He's been working at FTS Supply, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a tire shop, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the tire shop and little mechanic shop.
Okay.
Been an exemplary inmate here. No problems, no disciplinary records. Always does what he's told. No problems with him.
Good to hear. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am.
All right, so what you want us to know, Mr. Bird?
What I want you, I'm never going back to the life I had. I mean, at my age, just 2.5 years have changed me. I don't want to ever drink again, do drugs again. Without treatment, with treatment, I'm set in that. I'm not going back to that life. I know it don't mean much, but now I have God in my heart, you know. I am not going back. I don't want that life no more. I just want to go home, work on my property, and be with my family.
All right, thank you, sir. Is the panel ready to vote?
Yes, it's wise.
Mr. Roche?
Mr. Bird, I really believe you. I really believe that you made up your mind, but I'm going to give you some assistance that will help you in your fight against alcoholism. How long have you been at it?
I guess I've been drinking about 20 years, 10 years.
You'll be an alcoholic for the rest of your life? Is that correct?
I was never I was never a drinker like every day, all the time. It was, if you look at the records, it was like New Year's.
The
got pulled.
bird, if they get a hold, so you'll be an alcoholic for the rest of your life. And sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. I'm gonna grant your release upon completion of the 9-month Steve Hall Intensive Substance Abuse Program. You will be transferred to Bourg DOC, where you'll start a 9-month program, the best program the state of Louisiana has to offer. Once you complete that program, you'll probably be an immediate release. After completing that program, I want you to follow all recommendations of the Steve Hall program. I want you to attend 90 NA meetings in 90 days. That's 90 meetings in 90 days. After the 90 days, you to attend NAAA 3 times a week. Let me repeat that. You must attend 90 meetings in 90 days. After the 90 days, 3 meetings every week. I want you to have random drug screening, and I want you to wear a scram bracelet for the first 36 months after you release. That bracelet will be at your expense. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, sir.
And you know what a scram bracelet is?
Yes, sir.
It will measure your alcohol content through your sweat, and then your parole officer will be alerted within 30 to 45 minutes that you've been drinking. Thank you, Ms. Wise.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Mr. Freeman?
I concur with Mr. Rose, and I vote to grant on the same condition.
All right, Mr. Boyd, you got 2 votes to grant after you complete a long-term substance abuse treatment program, and I concur. You have a high need for substance abuse. I just really hope you take advantage of this opportunity, sit on the front row, really learn, really learn. You got some ideas on how you're going to stop drinking, but let the professionals help you stop drinking. You're on the same path. They want you to stop drinking as well. So my vote is to grant, and I concur with the conditions set forth on the record. Best wishes to you, sir. Your parole has been granted after you complete the long-term substance abuse treatment program. Reverend Parish, thank you so much for accommodating us this morning. We appreciate you.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
going at 8:48 a.m.
That was email me something.
Man, that man is just like in denial about the fact that he has a serious drinking problem. Complete denial. It's hard to believe that you can have all of those struggles, go through, it was a 4 to 5 DUIs. The last DUI gets you locked up. And that's the only time that he's getting caught. And he's actually saying, well, I don't really have a drinking problem. If you look at my record, well, I was good for like 2 years. And then my grandfather, I mean, you're not a young man. You're not a kid. Like, yeah, your grandfather's going to die. You're going to go through that. Then you get drunk and get behind the wheel, and you still can't admit that you have a problem. And it's interesting. So, and Randy Meyer, I thank you for showing up as a DA to this. Man, it's great that you showed up. We got to keep it's just, it really is a vehicular homicide waiting to happen. We've seen many of those here. And yeah, we need to do whatever we can to protect our citizens from what is so much more dangerous than selling pot, you know? It's getting behind the wheel, a weapon, essentially drunk. And this man can't help himself. And he doesn't, the scariest part is that he doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it at all. And that's hard to see. Like the man's in denial. And so what's happening for those of you who might be like, wait a minute, how come they granted? Why would they grant? Well, there's a few things. One is he has to do a 9-month intensive Steve Coyle program, which is going to really get him, indoctrinated or brainwashed. I don't want to say brainwashed. It's a good thing. Indoctrinated to live and breathe it. Hopefully he will. I mean, he might just coast through it. Program into like the whole AA thing. And then when he gets out, they also said some really tough stuff, which is why he was like looking at their like he didn't even say anything. Like this was like his worst nightmare. And the thing is, so it's like he has to do 90 classes in 90 days. And I've seen people where they would say you're going to do 90 classes in 90 days who were like really excited and happy about that or ready to take on the challenge. He does not seem to want any piece of it. That scram bracelet for him has got to be the worst nightmare in the world. I mean, who wants to wear a bracelet 24/7? So how does it work? How do you charge it? Like, does anyone know? How do you shower? Is it that you can take it off for like, they allow you to take it off for like 30-minute increments? I'm curious if anyone knows. Now here's the thing. And maybe I can also get some help here. Now he has the choice to turn down. Does he have the choice to turn it down? I wonder, does he have the choice to turn down what they offer to him in terms of going to the Steve Hoyle program? He would have to serve 4 months longer. And that's at the best case scenario because we don't know how long it'll take for him to get into Steve Hoyle. Maybe it takes a month, maybe it takes 2 months. So each month longer it takes for him to get in is a longer amount of time that he it's almost like, his full sentence is only a year. So he's only to do all of this, he's only getting 3 or 4 months early. So one question is, would he just say, screw it, I'll just stay for my full year? The second question is, which it's not clear to me. I feel like I know the answer, but I'm not 100% sure. So any of you pros out there watching, does he have a choice, even if he's released early? I think in this case, he's still, because he's being released on his good time date, I think he still is under the parole board's authority. And I think that because of that, he still has to do everything they told him to do, regardless of whether he accepts it or not. I do think that that's the case here because it's not his full term date, it's his like early date. But anyways, some people just, even at this age and after all he's been through, it doesn't seem that he understands he has a problem at all. He just doesn't. But with that, I'll let you go.